Hi everyone, welcome to Ding Ge. I'm Ading. Today let's quietly read through a powerful book, Quiet: The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking, by Susan Cain. Sometimes silence is strength. The author, Susan Cain, is a self-identified introvert and former lawyer. She spent years researching psychology and cultural history to answer one big question: why does society favor extroversion? Are introverts really less capable? In this section, I will break the book down into four major parts to help you deeply understand staying quiet can also be powerful. The first part, the extrovert ideal. Have you ever noticed how the world seems to adore extroversion? Being talkative, confident, and sociable is seen as being smart, likable, and leadership material. Back in the day, society praised humanity, honesty, and self control. But things changed. Now we celebrate charisma, self promotion, and performance. Presentation skills matter more than inner values. It's not just your perception, the system itself is wired that way. In college admissions, schools often select the most outgoing, not necessarily the most thoughtful students. Even in creative industries like design, arts, being extroverted is preferred. Modern people learn a survival tactic: act extroverted. Even if it is uncomfortable, many people try to appear sociable, fearing they will be labeled as antisocial or not proactive. Ken has visited the Harvard Business School and saw how students were expected to speak up, lead, and show executive presence. Even academic evaluation valued visibility over substance. We often equate speaking up with having something valuable to say. If you speak slowly or aren't assertive, people just assume you lack opinions. One student said, "We ended up going with the loudest person's pen. Later, we realized that the quiet ones had a better idea, but no one listened because they didn't speak loud enough." Psychology studies confirm this. The louder and faster someone speaks, the more they are seen as intelligent, attractive, and leadership worthy. In group discussions, the talker becomes the center of the attention, not necessarily the wisest. But leadership comes in different forms. Introverted leaders often listen more. They don't dominate conversations, encourage the team member ideas, and encourage them to speak up. Let others shine. Extroverted leaders may unintentionally overshadow their teams, reducing engagement. The author emphasizes no personality is better. It's about matching traits with the right context. In creative industries, we often glorify group work, brainstorm sessions, open offices, constant collaborations. But this can actually suppress creativity. Take Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, as an example. He's been obsessed with electronics since the age of 3. When he was 11, he came across a magazine article about the first computer. And ever since then, his dream has been to build a machine so small and easy to use that you could keep it at home. Not that he talks to anyone at this first meeting, he's way too shy for that. But that night, he goes home and sketches his first design for a personal computer, with a keyboard and a screen just like the kind we use today. 3 months later, he builds a prototype of that machine. And 10 months after that, he and Steve Jobs co-founded Apple. Wozniak did most of the work inside his own cubicle. His creativity came from solitude, not collaboration. As he said, "Work alone. You're going to be best able to design revolutionary progress and features if you're working on your own." Psychologists later find that many top creators, like writers, scientists, engineers, were introverts. They preferred to think alone, dive deep, and minimize distractions. Innovation often comes from silence. Today's open spaces, office, and teamwork exceptions ignore that, but history shows Newton found gravity alone under a tree. Solitude is a catalyst to innovation. You may not be the loudest in meetings, but maybe you are the one silently shaping the future. But the most effective teams are not made of one type. Introverts and extroverts together create balance. Some connect and energize, others observe and think deeply. Top leadership teams include both, leveraging the best of each. Now we move into the second part. Is your personality inborn? Psychologists studied infants' reactions to new stimuli, including lights, sounds, smells. Babies who overreacted, such as crying endlessly, often became introverted as adults. Why? Their amygdala, the brain's threat detector, was hyperactive, so they felt overstimulated more easily, preferring quiet, safer environments as they grow. These high reactive infants often became sensitive, introspective, and cautious teens. Studies show that introversion extroversion is only 40 to 50% heritable. But biology is not fate. With the right upbringing, warmth, support, and space, introverted children can become confident and empathetic adults. Likewise, extroverted kids may thrive or struggle depending on their environment. In short, your temperament is your base, but your surroundings shaped your growth. In another famous studies, introverts and extroverts were asked to complete a word game while listening to background noises. Extroverts preferred 72 decibels, while introverts prefer 55 decibels, which is quieter. When working at the volume that they have selected, they all played equally well. However, when they work at a natural volume, introverts performed worse, more errors and less focus. One should understand introversion and extroversion as preferences for certain levels of stimulation. You can begin trying to situate yourself in environments favorable to your own personality. Neither overstimulating nor understimulating. Neither boring nor anxiety making. You can organize your life in terms of what personality psychologists call optimum level of arousal and what she calls sweet spots. And by doing so, feel more energetic and alive. The author also references the 2008 financial crisis. Most Wall Street traders were extroverted, risk-seeking, and fast-moving. They make quick, high-stakes bets, often ignoring red flags. But Warren Buffett, an introvert, stayed calm and focused on long-term value. He avoided the crash. So how do you take care for your sensitive self if you feel drained after social events, get headaches in noisy places, prefer solo time? You may be a high reactive introvert, but that's okay. So here are some of the tips to give you. So you have to give yourself quiet time to avoid overstimulation. Don't force yourself on socializing. Introverts often think in layers, listen deeply, and see connections others miss. Knowing and accepting yourself allows you to create a life that feels natural and authentic. In the third session, it zooms out to ask, do all cultures have an extrovert ideal? In the US, you have to express yourself, be bold, speak up. From childhood, kids learn to sell themselves, to be presentable in class, in clubs, and in job interviews. But in cultures like China, Japan, and Korea, humanity, quiet strength are prized. You won't see elementary schools kids giving personal branding presentations. Instead, they are taught to avoid spotlighting themselves. The author also gives examples of Asian students struggling in American classrooms. They are smart but don't speak up unless they are thought deeply. Yet, teachers see them as disengaged or not leadership material. Silence is misread as weakness, but it's often wisdom. Different cultures raise different traits, and no trait defines success. Extroversion isn't universal. Cultural values shape behavior and identity. In a loud world, introverts may feel out of place. But remember, different cultures honor different strengths. And the last part, we end with love and work, two places where introverts may struggle or shine in different ways. In a relationship, introverts may not shout their love, but they show it through quiet depth. They will remember your food preferences, your favorite book, or your smallest worries. Their love is consistent, grounded, and deep. They prefer meaningful conversations over surface chats, and they thrive in safe and stable connections. In a workplace, introverts bring deep thinking, focus, listening skills, and independent drive. And the author also introduces a free trade theory. Introverts are capable of acting like extroverts for the sake of work they consider important, people they love, or anything they value highly. Like an introverted husband might organize a big party for his extroverted wife, a shy person may deliver a public speech because the cause matters deeply. We can fake extroversion for a time. There is also an experiment that a research psychologist called a group of introverts to his lab and asked them to act like an extrovert while pretending to teach a math class. Some of them did it so convincingly that they could have passed for natural extroverts. It seems that many of us know how to fake it when needed. So yes, you can stretch yourself, but only to a point. Overdoing it can lead to burnout, stress, and emotional exhaustion. Using the free trade strategy can be powerful, but only when paired with periods of restoration. Your goal isn't to become an extrovert or to avoid all challenges. The key is knowing when to temporarily switch gears and when to come home to yourself. The author reminds us some people belong in the spotlight, others belong under the soft light of a desk lamp. You don't need to do everything, just do what fits your nature. Read, write, cook, rest. Stay in when you need. You don't need all the strength. You just need to use yours well. You shine in your own way. Facebook Quiet isn't to conclude that whether extrovert or introvert is better. Quiet isn't a guide to becoming extroverted. It is a guide to becoming more fully yourself. The world needs quiet strength, deep listeners, thoughtful thinkers, people who speak less but feel more. So you have to know yourself, respect yourself, walk your own path, quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Thank you for staying till the end. I hope you enjoyed this session. I'm Ading, and I'll see you in the next book sharing session.